today we have a special guest, Bhante Rathana. Bhante Rathana is from Vermont, New England, and he is the abbot of Serenity Central of New England. I met him actually when I was in Sri Lanka. We both are from the same school, same college, but he was senior to me. Then we met again in the United States after a long time. So, however, he is a very prominent monk and trying to spread the word of mindfulness, compassion and loving kindness to people. And also he has practiced under different masters, especially under Bhante Rathana from West Virginia Meditation Center for more than 2 years. So Bhante, we would like to welcome you for this wonderful discussion. So he is going to speak about Kālāma Sutta, which is a very unique sutta actually in Buddhism. I think, Bhante, even when we were in college, we had to study this sutta, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So the Kālāma Sutta is a Buddhist scripture that serves as a guide to free inquiry, advising against blindly accepting teachings based on tradition, hearsay, or authority. Instead, it encourages individuals to personally investigate and test teachings based on their own experience and their ability to discern whether the teaching leads to harm or suffering, or to benefits and well-being. The sutta is a key text in demonstrating that Buddhism is a rational and critical tradition, not one of dogmatism. Okay, that's a very brief summary of Kālāma Sutta, what Bhante Rathana is going to discuss with you. So, Bhante, we welcome you, and please continue your wonderful teachings. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you for Bhante Chandrawansa and all for having me, and it's a great honor to be with you, and I accept this invitation humbly and respectfully. So I will take some time and share the teaching and discussion, so open discussion at the end. So first of all, I would like to homage the Buddha, and then we start, okay? Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Sublime One, the Worthy One, the fully Enlightened One. Homage to the Sublime One, the Worthy One, the fully Enlightened One. Homage to the Sublime One, the Worthy One, the fully Enlightened One. Okay, dear friends in Dhamma, today is already Bhante Chandrawansa introduced me, and also you know what we are going to
Recording in progress.
Talk about. So Kālāma Sutta is one of the very honored Buddha's teaching. He delivered 2,600 years ago in India. But this, even though it's Buddha delivered it 2,600 years ago, it is still work and is still very respectful, and all over the world, like people honored and respect for this teaching, how Buddha approach one can develop their mind on the middle path, and also open-minded and free will, and it's a charter of free will. So first of all, I would like to share some background around India during that time, where were in Buddha in India that time. So the Buddha especially himself described that age as one where people were lost in view, like blind men touching different parts of an elephant, each claiming only this is true. Like a view normally comes with our perception. So is this sutta particularly help us to have a right view, right understanding. That's the first one of the Noble Eightfold Path. So Sammaditthi, right view. For example, if I share a story, when I was very young as a monk, I learned in monk school. So that story, actually there were like blind people, like when somebody blind from their birth, they never see anything. They only know, they learn touching and hearing, so they don't know, they never seen anything, how they look like. So one group of blind people wanted to know how elephants look like. So they, all the group, that teacher allowed them to touch the elephant. So one went and touched their tail and the legs and the ear and trunk, like that. Now teacher asked, how you see the elephant now? One said, oh, elephant is like a broom because he touches tail. And one touches legs and is like a log, big log. And one touches trunk and said his elephant is like a tree, something. So one who touched his ear said his elephant is like a big pan. Like that, different view. That's come with the perception. They touch and they get it. So that's how people always get their views, based on their perception. So it's always not right. So elephant you have seen, I have seen. So we know elephant is different, right? So not like how they tell. So like that, our view always can be different. So in the Buddha's time, so when we talk about that situation in that era, so there was huge awakening for spirituality and what is the truth. In that time, northern India, especially the region of Magadha and Kosala, northern India, were vibrant with intelligence life. Many young people looking for what is truth. So kings, merchants, and ascetics were debating the nature of the soul, karma, and liberation, and different topics. So there were huge tradition that debating people about anything. That many famous debater came to see the Buddha also, and Venerable Sariputta, Buddha's right-hand disciple, master of wisdom, also did debate with famous debaters, because that's how it's worked. So there were 6 well-known teachers whose views were famous throughout India. So they had many followers. They always go with them, and where they are very famous. Let me briefly meet them, and because understanding the ideas help us see how revolutionary the Buddha's path was. So in that era, the first one, if you read in Digha Nikaya, the long length suttas, they are sutta called Samanya-pala Sutta. So that Samanya-pala Sutta, all the 6 teachers, most famous teachers, explain their view and what they taught. So that's a good sutta everyone to read about the background and the culture and the society that time, how it was. So he taught the Purana Kassapa. He was Akiriyavadi. Like Akiriyavada means denial of actions. he never accept any action, result. Normally we know that every action has reaction, but he didn't believe any action, reaction or karma. So he taught there is no merit or sin in any action. Whether you kill, steal or give, nothing truly matters. So the Buddha called this miccāditi, wrong view, because it denies moral responsibility. Without karma, life becomes meaningless, morality collapses. So it contrasts the Buddha thought like Chetanaham bhikkhave kammang vadami. There is a sutta in Anguttara Nikaya, the sutta explaining Chetanaham bhikkhave kammang vadami. That means it is intention, monks, that I call karma. Our intention, Buddha called karma. Because, for example, when we get the doctors and thieves or somebody do harm for somebody, so when we go to see the doctor, they do surgeries. They also cut our body and remove things and replace and clean and all. But they use like doing cutting and blood come, so that way they do some wounded in our body, but their intention is different. He wants to cure us, and he do for our well-being. But at the same time, the thieves or somebody harmful person take a knife and do the harm. So that intention is different. That thief is want to make harm us, but doctor wants to take care of us. So that karma become different. So that's why Buddha mentioned Chetanaham bhikkhave kammang vadami. It is intention, monks, that I call karma. Every choices of mind, speech or body plants a seed of result. So that's a good point that first teacher taught about no action, denial of actions. That is his name is Purana Kassapa. And the second one was Makkali Gosala. Makkali Gosala was a Niyativada, like fatalism. Fatalism, he believed everything is predetermined, like predetermined mean by fate. No free will, no effort. So beings are like a ball of thread. They unwind by destiny, not by effort. So that means there is a like a ball of thread, and we throw it. It go some certain distance and stop. He tell, we also say, we die and birth and die, like we go certain period of time in the samsaric, and then our destiny and our fate decide where we end. So that was his teaching. The Buddha said this view destroys energy that we call virya, one of energy we learn in Buddhism, virya, effort. So this teaching destroys energy or effort or virya, and appamada, diligence. So Buddhism, we always talk about diligence. So the Buddha declared, Attai attanonato, one is one's own refuge. I saw your letterhead and slogan as in your meditation community. So one is one's own refuge. So we are our own refuge. So we cannot give it somebody else to take care of it. So this from Dhammapada 160 stanza. Our actions shape our destiny, not blind fate. So his teaching is that. And third one was Ajita Kesa Kambala. He was Ajita Kesa Kambala was Uchchedavada. That means materialism. His teaching was So he taught that there is no afterlife, no karma, no rebirth. When a person dies, body returns to the earth. That's the end. No more life after death, nothing, no result, nothing, no afterlife, no karma, no rebirth. His teaching was materialism. So Buddha said, this view leads to moral recklessness. That because one who believes there's no result of actions will live carelessly. Right view begins by understanding and moral causation and rebirth. So Buddha denied that view also, his teaching. So the fourth one is Pakuda Kachayana. That teacher taught Sāsvatavāda, eternalism of 7 substances. So there are 7 things, they are eternal, his teaching. He believed there are 7 eternal, unchanging substances. They are earth, water, fire, air, joy, sorrow, and soul. These 7 things never change, they are eternal. So these 7 neither change nor interfere with one another. That was his teaching. The Buddha refuted this by teaching dependent origination. So dependent origination, paticca samuppada, imasmin sati idang hoti. So when this exists, thus comes to be. Everything arises due to cause and ceases when causes cease. So that's Buddha's teaching. So fifth one, Sanjaya Bellatiputta. Sanjaya Bellatiputa's teaching was Amaravikepavada. Amara means ill. It was agnosticism, evasion, agnosticism, evasion. So that's eel, eel, that there's a fish that can hold the slippery and go. Just it's very difficult to hold with hand. That eel, he was like eel, he refused to answer any questions. If you ask me whether there is another world, I don't say yes, no, both, or neither. So that's how he escaped any questions. So that Buddha called this eel wriggling. It produces confusion and inaction. The Dhamma teaches wise investigation. The Buddha's teaching, wise investigation, yoniso manasikara. We inquire and to argue, but to see and end suffering. That was his 5th teacher's teaching. And the 6th one, last one, in that sutta mentioned, Nigantanataputta, we call Mahavira also. He was Kiriyavada, Attakilamatana Yoga. He was like asceticism. He introduced asceticism. So he believed liberation comes from severe self-mortification, fasting and bodily suffering, burning away all karma. So there are so many asceticism he introduced, when sun arises very hot, and the sun and somebody, what they call make a fire near there, is stay in one leg and burning with, is also on a rock. That rock also hot, sun also hot, fire also hot, is staying one leg. And sometimes they behave like cows, dogs, like that. So their whole life they spend like that. So a lot of self-mortification. So torturing themselves in order to eradicate their karma, past karma, all karma, burning away. The Buddha practiced such austerities for 6 years. That you all know, he age 29 to 35, he had been practicing self-mortification severely and realized it led only to exhaustions, make tired. Thus he discovered the middle way, neither indulgence nor self-torture, but a balanced path of Sila, Samadhi, Panya. Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, the setting in motion of wheel of Dhamma, the first discourse of the Buddha, he mentioned avoid two extremes, pursuing sensual pleasures and self-mortification. So he introduced middle path, that's Noble Eightfold Path. So thus discover the middle way, neither indulgence nor torture. So Sila, Samadhi, Prajna. Sila is virtue, Samadhi is concentration, Panya is wisdom. That was his introduction. So these are the 6 teachers during Buddha's time. They come to their village and teach this, and they always say, my teaching is right, your other teaching is wrong. So that's interesting. So now you know about the background, how Confucius was with those teaching. Not only that, there are many. These are the most famous teachers at that time. Let me share the Buddha's middle path. At that time, most people either followed blind faith, extreme austerity, or endless debates. So that's how. But the Buddha taught direct knowledge, that's called Panya, through mindful observation. Come and see that Buddha's, like when we recite Dhamma's, Buddha's teaching noble qualities, there are 6 qualities. One is called ehipassiko. It means come and see, not come and believe. He never said anybody to come and believe. He said come and see. Just practice and see how it works. That's how Buddha's teaching. So Prajna also in Buddhism, like a wisdom called in the 3 ways. So one we call Suttamaya Prajna and Chintamaya Prajna and Bhavanamaya Prajna. Suttamaya Prajna means now you listen to me. So it can be a boring teaching, my speak and all, but you listening now, learning something. You get some wisdom, and you reading a book and listening to a good lecture. Like that, that's how we get the knowledge and the wisdom, through reading, listening, and watching. So we absorb wisdom that way. It still is not our own wisdom, somebody's wisdom. Then what we do, we thinking, Chintamaya Prajna, thinking, and we debate ourselves and thinking and contemplate on it and try to understand ourselves. That's called Chintamaya Prajna. That's also wisdom. The third one is Bhavanamaya Prajna, the practical wisdom, like we call Bhavana. Bhavana means we do it again, cultivate our mindfulness and with the meditation object. So that's called Bhavanamaya Prajna. We, in this stage, we practice it and we realize our own mind and view. So that's practical way. So Buddha's teaching, Buddha always admired the third one, the practical, the Bhavanamaya Prajna. Like, for example, like if I give a metaphor for that, so we all have eaten in restaurants, so we have experience. When we go to the restaurant, we take the menu and see the menu, and we read all the menu and find the right food for us. So today, that day. So that with time we understand this, read the ingredient and all, we understand, our mind absorb. Now we know this food should be very, very delicious. So that's mind gap with that knowledge. So still we haven't eaten that food, so we don't know the taste. So the second stage, Chintame Prajna, now we ordered the food and now we waiting until the waiter bring our ordered food. It's taking so long. So we look around how other people are eating so delicious. They're tasting, smiling, talking, and they enjoy their food. Now our hunger, because of that, we again think, oh, how they are happy. Today food could be very, very delicious. That's how we thinking. And this is the second stage look like. And after a while, the waiter bring very delicious, warm, nice food. And we started to eat. Now we know how is spicy, how delicious, how sweet this food, and how our nose and tongue and all body enjoy this food. So now it's become our own experience about this food. This Buddha's teaching and wisdom also same. We teaching, we listening, thinking, but it's still not our own experience. It comes to experience when we practice. That's the third line. When we eat the food, we experience. Like that, Buddha always admires that. So prajna is very, very good, very, very nice when we practice. So meditation and the generosity, compassion, loving kindness, these all are to practice to get liberation. That's our final goal. So this approach made the Dhamma unique, like a path based on seeing for oneself, that pacchatthang veditabbang, seeing for oneself. So now let's see go to the today topic, the Kālāma Sutta, the discourse for Kālāma, 10 advice. So actually this is the background of India. Now you know there are many teachers come to their village and giving different teaching, and they said, I'm telling the truth. You other teaching are wrong. They were confused. In this environment of confusion, the Buddha visited a small town called Kesaputta. That Kālamas lives in Kesaputta. That town called, that city called, a small town called Kesaputta, in the land of the Kālamas. So many teachers had come to their villages before, each claiming their own truth, each criticizing others. So when the Buddha arrived, the Kālamas approached and said, Venerable Sir, some teachers come and praise their own doctrine, criticizing others. Then others come and say the opposite. We are in doubt. We speak the truth. The Buddha did not call them for doubting. Instead, he said gently, Kālamas, it is proper you to doubt. Doubt has arisen in you about what is doubtful. So Buddha said, your doubt and your inquiry is right. Your doubt has arisen in you about what is doubtful. So Buddha praised them. Then he gave them 10 wise principles how to discover truth for themselves. So Buddha didn't tell that, oh, I'm going to tell the truth. Sit and listen to me. No. Buddha gave the opportunity to themselves to realize the truth. But Buddha never said, I am telling the truth, they are wrong. No. So that's how Buddha. So Buddha said, do not go by anussava. Anussava means what you have merely heard. So parampara, tradition or lineage. The second one. The itikira. Itikira means rumors or stories. The pitaka sampadānena. The fourth one is Pitaka Sampadānena. That means scriptures or written word alone. The Takka Hetu, logic or speculation. So sixth one is Naya Hetu, clever reasoning or systems. And seventh one is Akara Parivitakka, appearance or analogies. Eighth one is Ditti Ninjana Kantiya, views formed by repeated thought. And Babbarupata, charisma or fame of the teacher. Tenth one is, last one is Samano no Garu, out of respect for religious leader. So then these are the 10 things. I go one by one. So here the 10 things. So I first give share the sutta and story. Then I will share the 10 things in briefly later. When you know for yourself that things are unwholesome, blameworthy, and criticized by the wise, and lead to harm and suffering, abandon them. Buddha advised them. When you know for yourself that things are unwholesome, blameworthy, criticized by the wise, and lead to harm and suffering, abandon them. When you know that things are wholesome, blameless, praised by the wise, and lead to welfare and happiness, practice and live by them. That's the Buddha's advice. Then Buddha he asks, what do you think, Kālamas? This conversation. What do you think, Kālāma? When greed, hatred and delusion arise in a person, is it for welfare or for harm? The answers, for harm, Venerable Sir. And when one is free from greed, hatred and delusion, is it for welfare or harm? They replied, for welfare, Venerable Sir. The Buddha said, therefore develop mind free from greed, hatred and delusion. Such a mind is pure, peaceful and radiant. So this is the conversation, and then later Buddha gave them 4 assurances. The 4 assurances. So the Buddha gave 4 great assurances to the wise person who lives with loving kindness and right conduct. If there is a next world, the good person is reborn happily. If there is no next world, is still here and now, he lives peacefully and joyfully. If evil returns upon the doer, the good person is safe. If evil does not return, he still lives a blameless, compassionate life. So, these are the 4 assurances. If there is a next world, the good person is reborn happily. If there is no next world, still here and now he lives peacefully and joyfully. And if evil returns upon the doer, the good person is safe. If evil does not return, he still lives a blameless, compassionate life. Hearing this, the Kālamas were filled with joy and said, excellent, Venerable Sir. We take refuge in the Buddha, the Dhamma and the Sangha. So that was his last word. Kālāma was very happy and praised the Buddha. So Buddha accept their refuge. So today, dear, meaning for us today, dear friends, the world today is much like the India of the Buddha's time. right? We live surrounded by many voices, opinions, and teachers, and claiming to hold the truth. Social media, news, and even religion can confuse rather than clarify. The Kālāma Sutta gives us a timeless method to find peace, aim this noise. The Buddha's message is not don't believe anything, but don't believe blindly, investigate wisely. How do we apply it? Test by ethical fruits, like this means sila. Does this teaching make you kinder, more truthful, more compassionate? Tested by inner peace, that means samadhi, concentration. Does it bring calmness, mindfulness, and balance? Third one is tested by wisdom, panya. Does it help you see impermanence, suffering, and non-self clearly? If it passes these three things, then it's safe. It is Dhamma. If not, let it go. So, let me share that 10 things with you. So, let me share the screen. So these are the 10 advices from Buddhas for the Kālāma. I made the bigger. So first one is Anusava. Mere hearsay, what one has heard. Meaning believing something just because others say it. Why unsafe? Because what we hear may be distorted or misunderstood. How it misleads, repeated stories start sounding true even if they are not. So, how to apply today? Don't believe something just because it's trending viral, often repeat. Trending viral. And the next one is the practical test. Try it in daily life. Does it reduce anger, greed, and confusion? If yes, it is worth keeping it. Okay. So the second one is parampara, tradition or lineage. So, meaning accepting something only because it is being handed down. Parampara, tradition or lineage, because if you go to Vedanta, they comes from 6,000 years old. And some scriptures are like that. So they come from 1,000 years old, but so that's what it says. So why unsafe? Traditions may carry both wisdom and error. So I can give example, but it take long time. So how it mislead? We have always done it this way. Can block growth. Because we keep practicing this for a long time, still we want to do it. My grandfather did it, my mother did it, my elder sisters also did it, so I also do this. So, how to apply today? Respect tradition, but ask, does it still bring peace and wisdom now? And practical test, does this tradition nurture virtue, mindfulness, and understanding? Okay. The third one is itikira, popular talk or rumor. Okay. So meaning believing stories or myth because many people talk about them. Because many people approach and try to follow, so I also do it. So why unsafe? Popular opinion can be wrong. Emotion can overpower truth. Right? So how it mislead? It stirs fear, fright, or excitement instead of calm understanding. When you are very excited, you don't see the truth that time. How to apply today? Questions social media, fact, and emotional stories. So most of the thing now lead through the social media. Like you can see in a different country those things come with the social media. So practical test. Does action on this story make you and others more kind and mindful? Okay. The fourth one, Pitaka Sampada, scripture alone. Scripture alone. Pitaka means scriptures and Sampadana. Meaning believing something only because it's written in a holy book. Without applying, because it's a holy book, and so we believe it. Why unsafe? Texts guide us, but they need understanding and practice. So you have to make it your own experience. Then you can realize. As long as you don't experience it, it's not yours. As I first mentioned with the story. When you eat, you know how tasty it is. If you try to taste, see and others how they taste it, it's not your experience. How to apply today? That how it mislead, quoting without reflection instead of a deeper inquiry. How to apply today? Treat scripture as a map. You must still walk the path. Practical test. Practice a sutta teaching. Does it reduce craving, hatred, and delusion? Lobha, dosha, and moha. Okay? So if it reduces your anger, hatred, animosity, and aversion, good. If it reduces your craving, and if it increasing your generosity, if it increasing your loving kindness, compassion, and delusion, if it increasing your wisdom and decreasing delusion, that's what we should practice. Fifth one is takka hetu. Logic alone, meaning depending on one clever reasoning or theory. Okay. Why unsafe? Logic can sound perfect, but it still miss reality. So make the very nice logic like icing on the cake, but it's still misleading. So it's how it is. So in Buddha's teaching also expressing, there is a call in Sanyutta Nikaya, Satta Jatila Sutta. Buddha delivered about 7 other recluses. One day the King Kosala visited the Buddha. After he respected Buddha, in front of them went 7 recluses. They were different attires, like hermit, someone has long hair, and just like that. So 7 of them are different. So that king told to Buddha, if there are any liberated person in this world, those 7 are one of them. So he respect them and say, Buddha said, okay, you can go and see how they are. And he went behind them to the city. And then what they did, they remove their recluse's cloth, like a priest, and whatever cloth they wear, they remove all, and they start to drink, dance, having all the five senses, pleasing their five senses and looking sensual pleasure and craving. So he was very sad. Buddha's word is right. He came to see the Buddha, and he realized those 7 are his, how to call them, intelligence service. They're wearing cloth like that, and they go and see the news how his kingdom running. He also cheated by them, and then he came and said, Buddha, those are my people, and they're looking for things. That Buddha's word is correct. Like that, people wearing, and sometimes some clay things painted with gold color, but they are not. Outside is very beautiful, not gold. Inside is clay, they are not valuable. So like that, so many things. Logic can sound perfect, but it still miss reality. So how it mislead make us proud of intellect without real transformation. How to apply today, use reason, but balance it with experience and ethics. A practical test, does this idea lead to wholesome mind state when practiced? So 6th one is Nayahetu, following a method or system. So meaning believing something because it's first a certain method or ideology. And why unsafe? System can be persuasive even when wrong. How it mislead? We may worship the method instead of seeing its results. So, like worshipping for the teaching doesn't make sense. You need to practice and make the benefits through your own practice and make your own wisdom. How to apply today? Don't claim to any brand or spirituality. Check its fruits. Practical test, does this method bring humility, kindness, and wisdom? So 7th one is Akara Parivitakka, acceptance from appearance or analogies. Meaning, trusting an idea because it sounds nicer or looks similar to truth. Why unsafe? Good analogies can still mislead. If taken literally, how it's mislead? We may love the metaphor more than the meaning. So how to apply today? Don't take beautiful words as proof. See their real effect. Practical test. When applied, does this teaching actually bring peace? So Ditti Ninjana Kantiya. So Ditti mean views. In the beginning I talk about view, how we touch from blind people from their birth, they touch elephant and they had different perception, that views. Ditti means views. Accepting a view after thinking it over. So meaning holding tightly to a view after long thoughts and reflection. Ditti. So people, how they do, or this view is a match with what I'm thinking. So I get it. This is match and this is good for me. That's how people get it. The why unsafe, thoughts alone can strengthen bias. So how it misleads? Then more we repeat the view, the more it feels right. How to apply today? Don't believe everything you think. Test it through life and your practice. Practical test. If you let go of this view, do you feel free or more confused? The 9th one is Babbarupata, trusting in charisma or prestige. That's about teachers. Meaning believing someone because they look wise or speak well. So normally if somebody speak well, many people gather around that person. That's because why unsafe charisma doesn't equal realization. It's also not helpful for us to understand the truth and reality. How it misleads. The teachers charm and hide unwholesome behavior. How to apply it today? Look at the teachers' daily actions and their students' peace. And practical tests. Are followers becoming kinder, calmer, and more ethical? Okay, we now go to the last one. Samano no Garu. Respect for one's teacher. Meaning accepting something only because a monk or teacher said it. Why unsafe? Respect is good. Blind faith is not good. How is misled? It can create dependence instead of wisdom. How to apply today? Listen respectfully, but verify through your own experience. There's always experience when you have to meditate and practice and apply day-to-day life the teaching. Practical test. Does the teaching reduce greed, hatred, and delusion? If yes, continue. Okay. If does the teaching reduce greed, hatred, and delusion? If yes, continue. This is the 10. So these are the 10 advices for the Kālamas. Those people lived in that town. So we are now getting to conclusion. The Buddha's teaching to the Kālamas is a message for all times. It reminds us the truth is not found in belief but in seeing. So in Kālāma Sutta it's mentioned, do not go by hearsay or tradition, but when you know for yourself, these things are wholesome, blameless, phrased by the wise, and lead to welfare and happiness, then follow them and live by them. Kālāma Sutta that we're discussing. In an age of confusion, the Dhamma gives us clear compassion, what leads to non-greed, non-hatred, non-delusion. That is the path to peace. So now I'm going to close this talk and open for the questions. Our closing blessing. May all of us develop wisdom that sees clearly, compassion that embraces all beings, and courage to walk the path of truth. May we, like the Kālamas, learn not just to believe but to understand and practice. The Buddha mentioned in Dhammapada, Appamado amatapadang, pamado machuno padang. Appamado amatapada means diligence is the path to deathless. Pamado machuno padang means negligence is the path to death. May you all be diligent in wisdom, mindfulness, and love. And sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, so I conclude the teaching. So you can, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. So I will share on chat box these 10 things and the sutta.
So thank you very much, Bhante. We really appreciate it.
You're
and,
welcome.
The explanation you did it so wonderful. And even in the college, I didn't learn that the way you taught us. So it was very unique and it was so informative. And you also explained how to apply it in our daily life. So that's so wonderful.
Thank
and
you.
Your presentation was so nice. And we really appreciate it. Yeah. So if the audience has any questions now, you can ask. As Bhante said, we are not we are also not confirming that this is the right teaching, this is not the right. If these teachings reduce your tanha, greed, aversion, and ignorance, then you practice it, no matter what teaching you are practicing. So do you have any sharings, any comments or any questions to Bhante?
I'm kind of wondering, hi.
Hi.
I'm wondering how to share these kind of ideas with young people, because those are some of the ideas that I see around to try, that I hear people being swept away with something and so taken with it, and you know that it's not right, but it's maybe you can't judge, or you can't tell them no, don't do that, because then they're definitely going to do it. But to be able to judge and accept that everything that comes across to them through friends, through different ideas, and lots of them coming from the phone and social media, like I mean, it's hard enough for me as a older person to learn these things. Like, how can we share this with young people?
Yeah, it's a good question. So, like, actually, that's an easy time to learn something when they are young. But today, this culture is always teaching them to independence, right? So learn, follow what they want, like a free will. So that I passed my citizenship test yesterday, and
congratulations!
Thank you. And it says
I hope this is a great thing.
Yeah, thank you. So it's I also there's a questions the what the 10 amendments say that about religion. You can practice any religion or not practice a religion. So that's the constitution say in this country. So we can go against that. So people that's a free will actually. That's why this sutta is very important today. They can practice their own, because even they refuse this teaching, their life also not peaceful. So it's very wise thing to understand and come to the path. And also that's also we can encourage, but we can force anybody to come. So be friendly, and you can talk and give you can share your experience what we're doing with your kids. So meditation and listen to teaching and all, you can share your experience with them without pausing. You can go for a walk, or today we can go for a walk, and let's talk and bring a topic nicely and kindly. Let me share my experience, and without telling about anything, just not about religion or not about Buddhism, just be wise and talk nicely with your kids about go for a walk and somewhere they like, and today I have something to share about my meditation. They listen, they're very nice, they're very kind, and they are still kids, and they have the ability to absorb what we are telling. So they keep opening to you when we share very kindly and openly without pausing. When you always ask to do this, they never look at it. Even somebody who with us, they never want to see it. Because if somebody live with you, your partner, your husband, or somebody, friend, that's difficult. So when you always saying it, they get it annoying. Oh, this is a headache, so they go away. So, but you can share your experience, what you get it. So that way, they listen to you, but you're not telling to them to do. I read a story, one of the like a very intelligent, very wise lady that she reading a lot of book. And once one commentator asked, how you taught your daughters to read that much? Like also, she also reading that. Like she said, I never asked her to read, but when she around, I take a book and reading. And she also followed me, but I never forced her to read. But she started to follow me, not to pause. Like that, kids are like to follow their parents and elder people. Like they like to wear like big shoes you wear, and follow those things because they like to do what parents, elder people do. They acting like that, so they like to follow what you do. They always see what you are doing. If you always complaining and just arguing, and they also follow it very well. So if you meditating, they see that, oh, this is my mother's meditation time, be quiet. If you like, you also come and sit here and be quiet. That way you can kindly, it's a very kindly approach, not like forcefully. If it say it again and again, they never do it. They go away from you. That's the reality in this world. Even it's good, they don't want to taste it. Okay. I hope you get the answer.
Bhante is saying,
Yes.
Oh yeah, Bhante Chandra.
kindly teach, be kind, practice yourself, and then people can feel you.
Yeah.
People will begin to respect you, and maybe they will approach you because of your kindness and your compassion. So through your action, you can change the world. That's what Bhante is kind of saying.
Yeah, always the change start oneself. Then we follow. Even Buddha himself, he attained enlightenment under the Bodhi tree alone. And even Jesus himself, he started himself. When you do the right thing and practice, your friends and people see your difference and they started to follow. We always should be exemplifies. Then people follow. Otherwise, it's not easy to just make them have it, oppose them, anybody.
We also can kindly educate people, right? There are so many ways we can educate people, especially young generation, as Janet suggested. So maybe we need to go to them more and educate them with these teachings with kind heart. I think that is very important, especially nowadays.
Can I ask a question real fast, or are we about like wrapping up?
No, you can ask.
So I feel like I've asked this before, possibly, but some of the things in my life that I do, like if I go on social media or something, I can basically, take that list of the 10 ways to determine if something is truth or worthy of my time and attention. And if it's social media, I can say it meets none of those. Basically does not bring any joy or anything. So why are we so attracted to it, and should we actively avoid it? If it's not bringing peace, I think we should probably avoid that, right?
Right. So your questions is, can you say the question shortly, like can you share your questions again, shortly, like it's brief, like a summary?
I'm thinking that if something doesn't fit if we apply those 10 things to something that doesn't, and we know that it does, whatever it is we're looking at is not bringing us peace, it's not bringing us joy, why are we drawn to it, and should we actively avoid it?
Yeah, we always need to find a peaceful way. Sometimes it can be disagree, but we want to maintain the peace. So arguing never Buddha mentioned. That's why it's a takka hetu, naya hetu. There are two things. So we need to find a peaceful way to find a solution. Like you know the truth, but somebody doesn't like to get it. So just let him with that, and you do the right thing, and then later it take time, you know. Even Emperor Asoka, he did huge wars for many years and killed 100,000 of people. But it took a while for him to come to the path and understand the Dhamma. And then he made 84,000 monasteries all over India in his monarch. Like first, everyone come in the wrong way, and then they take some time to realize it slowly. Then after they realize it, they give up it and come to the path. It's all timing, you know. The patient in meditation, the two best friends are equanimity and the patient. So it's come with patience. If we don't have patience and equanimity, we are always having problems because we think, oh, he is not practicing, this not match. Like patiently and equanimously, we continue this path. Without that, it's really difficult. So this our best friend or family, anybody who doesn't work with this 10 thing, we don't need to just argue, just let them be how they are. It's timing, and take time, be patiently, wisely, peacefully, time come. Your thing is you practice first, and it's a self journey. So while you are taking care for all others, you practice. So because they don't know the benefits or the essence of what we're doing sometimes. It's difficult to make them understanding too. Because world is so much hatred and anger. They're all preparing for wars, not to peace. So that's how it is. So we can't change but oneself, ourselves. If you practice, it's for you. If I practice, for me. So that's how. Prepare for yourself, for your own happiness, and shake off on your own peace. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Charity. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Sherry, to answer your question, I think that, you know, if whatever you bumped into and you ask those 10 things, that if that doesn't bring you peace, doesn't bring you like wholesome things, then I don't know what I've been doing is just I stop. Because like the negative energy drags us down too much. Unless we have a lot of like positive energy, we can handle those things. Then sure, you know, if the negative things doesn't affect you, then go ahead, because it's like you see things, you hear things, you smell things, and it really doesn't affect you, then you're fine. But if like the negative energy start affecting you, makes you sad, and makes you angry, makes you like unwholesome, you know, unwholesome state, then why give that to you? You know what I'm saying? For the last month or so, I stopped, and what I realized is that I needed to be by myself. You know, it's like when you talk to people and you see, and then whatever you read, whatever you hear from the people, I don't know, I speak for myself. It makes me sad, it makes me angry, and then I reached the point that, you know, I walk away from all of that.
care of him. But when Buddha gave an advice to them, they didn't listen to Buddha, and it happened. So the best thing is kindly avoid those people, and that way you can protect yourself, and you also can protect kind of helping that person as well to stay calm. So that's a good way. And there are so many other suttas where he says, delete, right? Delete. And what was our wish today? By this practice of meritorious action, may I ever join with the wise. May I never associate with the foolish. So why we spend and waste our time, right? So that is why groups like this is very important, communities like this. So we need to work and make communities, even small communities like this. So even through these types of communities, we can educate people, young generation, we can discuss more. Okay, so thank you very much. We can wind up the session. Once Buddha said, my Dhamma is just to cross the river. It is not to carry on your shoulders. So just use it for the purpose of liberation. Don't carry it and make frictions in the world. Live a sage life without making any frictions. Wander freely, live happily. Thank you very much, everyone. Wish you all the blessings. And Bhante Rathana, we wish you all the blessings from the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing this timeless wisdom with us and your insight. And we all are inspired by your beautiful teaching of the Dhamma. We also wish you to continue this Dhamma service, without having any difficulties, with so much ease, and with the protection from all the devas, with the protection from all our wholesome actions. Wish you all the blessings one day.
Thank you. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Hope to see you soon.
Yes, next week.
And everyone,
Yes.
wish you all the blessings from the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I see Patty here today. Patty, so good to see you. So wish you all the blessings, and we share all these blessings with all the devas and all our departed relatives. May all of them be delighted in these meritorious deeds, and may they be well, happy and peaceful, and eventually may they attain ultimate happiness of Nibbana. May this practice be a parami for all our relatives, parents, teachers, children, grandchildren, to everyone, and light their path to Nibbana. May this practice be a beautiful condition for the whole world to be healed, to be safe, and to be well. So thinking and wishing thus, we say sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you.
Thank you, Bhante Rathana.
You're welcome. Thank you. Okay. May you all be well and happy.
Bye.